Okay.
Świetnie. Great.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. So let's start. To zaczynamy. Dzień dobry, witam wszystkich. Krzysztof Górski z Zaufaj Ciału, Ania Raczkiewicz z Zaufaj Ciału. W ramach przestrzeni Ośrodka Psychoterapii Focusingu mamy dzisiaj w Zaufaj Ciału specjalnego gościa, Yehudit First, w związku z warsztatem, który Judith będzie prowadziła u nas tutaj na żywo w Warszawie, na Bielanach. 13-15 czerwca, spotkanie pomiędzy Tobą a mną. I dzisiaj chcielibyśmy trochę się spotkać, żeby porozmawiać o tym warsztacie i o tym, co Judith robi, jak pracuje.
Ja pozwolę sobie jeszcze przedstawić Judith i powiedzieć o niej coś więcej. Judith jest fokuserką, psychoterapeutką, jest koordynatorką z ramienia TIFI, czyli The International Focusing Institute, pochodzi właśnie z Izraela. Jest również członkinią The European Association for Body Psychotherapy, no i przede wszystkim jest założycielką Social Oriented Focusing, o którym dzisiaj będziemy rozmawiać. Jest psychoterapeutką ciała, facylitatorką grup, nauczycielką Focusingu. No i znana jest ze swojego innowacyjnego podejścia, budowania autentycznych relacji międzyludzkich. Właśnie przed nagraniem mogliśmy też tego chwilę doświadczyć. Judith dzieli się swoim focusingiem, wiedzą o focusingu na całym świecie. Ja miałam przyjemność poznać ją podczas weeklongu w tym roku i doświadczyć social oriented focusing. To było dla mnie niesamowite doświadczenie.
So hello Judith, shalom.
Shalom.
Hi, shalom. Hello.
Let's start from the basic, from what you are doing. I'd like to ask you what is social focusing, or what is social oriented focusing?
Okay, so I'll be happy to tell you all about it. I'll start with how it began. So I've been focusing since 2008, and I felt that focusing is wonderful. It connects me to myself, and it gives me all the answers and transformations that I'm looking for. But I felt that something in the relationship was missing for me in life. So, like, I liked how I was in a clinic, I liked how I was when I'm teaching, but the rest of the time, I'm always in a hurry. I want to be efficient, and I'm not really where I am. Yeah, I'm thinking with the people I love, my kids, my husband, I'm not really present. And I went on a journey to find a way how I can bring focusing to my daily life, to my daily relationships. And I met with a colleague and to practice focusing. And when it was my turn to focus, instead of connecting inwards to myself, I stayed with my eyes open and I connected to the storm I was feeling inside me from what he had said before. And while describing my sensation, I felt how I'm moving through the storm, through this contraction, and I'm arriving. Yeah. If usually when something is embarrassing, I take a step back inside myself, by describing the embarrassment, I arrived. And like became who I could be. And when I left that session, I knew that this is how I want to live my life, to be fully present in each moment, in each interaction, in each storm. Yeah. So this is how it began. And actually 12 years have passed since then. And each time I meet a situation that makes me feel stuck or uncomfortable or embarrassed, it's a gate. We can pass by it and nothing will change, or we can stay present. And when we stay present, it's like moving through the gate and learning something new about ourselves. And yeah, so SOF is all about life situations that I believe we all meet on our way at different times. It's kind of universal. I believe we all know how it feels to be disappointed, to expect for things to, yeah. So this is how it became. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for this beautiful story. It's starting in your insight, and I feel like be grateful that you wanna share it with us. This when it starts from your needs.
I wonder, because you talk about a presence in yourself and with people, and I wonder what is the difference between SOF and focusing, because in the focusing we also are present.
Yeah, definitely. So in regular focusing, in both of them, we listen to our felt sense. In both of them, we are present. In regular focusing, we like take a pause from the world around us to meet ourselves. So there's another person many times that is keeping us company when we meet ourselves, but the other person is supporting my own process. The other person isn't part of my process. I'm focusing on my private topic. The other person doesn't even need to know what I'm processing about. In SOF, we are both, or can be more than both, part of one process. We are focusing on what is happening in us and between us. And it's like we share in a natural flow what we sense in us and between us, back and forth, while felt sensing how we are being influenced and influencing, and what is changing and developing from moment to moment as we listen and speak. And there's this space that opens between us, like a special connection of transformation. We are both part of one process.
So we can also influence of this process. When I'm more open for someone, he can react for this. When I'm in isolation, for example, yeah, someone can close to me.
Exactly. One of the first exercises we have is called From Shades of Loneliness to Shades of Togetherness. And And when we feel alone, the other person doesn't need to know what I'm feeling, but it will influence how the other person feels when I feel like this. Yeah. And when in SOF, we call it the first position. The first position is when we are together, but we feel alone. The second position is when we are so attuned to the needs of the other person, so caring and listening, and that we lose ourselves because we are so into the other person. That's the second position. And the third position is really how to find the right space to be completely connected to myself and open to you at the same time. So usually it happens to us, we are together, feel alone, or we lose ourselves in interaction. But it doesn't have to be like that. We can learn how to identify where we are and go attune to the whatever position we want to be in. And then it doesn't happen to us. And if it does, we can move from there. So thank you for...
I would like to ask about benefits that would it bring it for the participants, for their work and their personal life. What would you think it would benefit for them?
Yeah. So first of all, I think these 3 days are going to be very exciting and experiential, and we will explore topics that are personal and universal at the same time. And actually we get from these exercises, SOF is very practical. We get tools, skills that we take to our daily lives. Things that we can work with our clients, but we can also take to our own lives with our children, with our partners, with our family, with our friends, social interactions, because everything we learn in SOF, I give homework to explore what we did in our daily lives. So if, like I talked now about the 3 positions, during the week, I invite us to stop and notice in what position am I now? Am I in the first position, being together and feeling alone? Am I in the second position, losing myself, caring for someone else? Or in the third position, do I want to stay there? Do I want to move to another position? And without anybody having to know what we are doing, we can shift from the first position to the second or to the third position. And not only does it completely change the way we feel from the most authentic place, but it influences the whole interaction. So, yeah. I can even give you a tiny story. Like in one of the groups, I had a medical engineer, and she said that her boss doesn't appreciate her. He ignores her, like she's not there. And a few days after we learned it, she phoned me. She said, unbelievable. He was standing next to me, and I was checking what position am I in, and I noticed I'm in the first position, yeah, being together and feeling alone. And I, without saying anything, without doing anything, I moved to the second position. The second position is to be all attuned to him. And in a few seconds, he turned to her and he started talking to her, and he told her about his children and about his family, she was shocked. Yeah, so it's not in order to manipulate other people, but it's just to show what a deep effect it has on the interaction.
We are talking about the benefits in a daily life, and I wonder how SOF can help a psychotherapist in their work, because we would like to invite a psychotherapist for your workshop. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, definitely. So actually, everything we do in the course, we can, as I said, take to our own life, but we can also take to the clinic. So if we work with people that, with pairs, that's excellent. I mean, we can take the exercises and copy paste them to the pairs that come. But also many times the client has the difficulties with other people, difficulties with the kids, difficulties with the husband, difficulties at work, yeah. And here we can really, even as psychotherapists, we can use this. Like I had a client that she was like in a communa, where they live, where they live together and work and bring the money to the, like a,
We know.
and nobody wanted to be with her. And she was very frustrated. And I did with her the 3 positions. And so I was in the first position and she said what she's feeling. I was in the second position and she said what she's feeling. I was in the third position, she said what she's feeling. And then we changed. She was in the first position and I felt fine. She was in the second position and I felt terrible. Like she's crawling under my skin. Like she's, she doesn't want to be with herself. So she's like, she wants to be like in mixed with me. I forgot the word in English. Never mind.
Symbiosis?
Yeah, thank you. Symbiosis. Yeah, we say it in Hebrew. So, okay. So, so actually, I had to teach her how to be in the third position, how to stay connected to herself. And the minute she stayed connected to herself, her social problems finished, because it was really, people felt they are being invaded by her without doing anything. Her energy was like penetrating their boundaries. And this is something that, you know, by experiencing, you can identify it immediately and you can teach this skill without going to all the stories and everything. I mean, it's really effective.
Yeah, really useful for a daily life and using with a relationship, and it's really great, and we can teach somehow people during a psychotherapy only the small exercise or recognizing this free position.
Yeah, it's we can learn cognitive, we can read it, but there's something that we learn from the felt sense, sensing it.
Yeah.
It's like learning organically. It becomes, it's not a matter of understanding, because sometimes we can know something that is difficult to explain and to understand. We can know it from our experience, from sensing, and yeah, so
from our body.
from our body. Yeah.
It's maybe the last question I'd like to ask you at the end of this talk and your presentation. I'd like to ask you about focusing. What would you like the most about focusing?
What I love about focusing is that it's something that is all the time with us. I say under our chin, yeah? It's connected to us all the time. We only need to pay attention. And the focusing gives us a connection or access. It gives us access to all the deepest information and the most precise information for us about ourselves. And not only does it give us this information, by giving us this information, a most authentic, organic transformation happens in us, and we already feel more comfortable in our lives. So, and I believe that the more we focus, the focusing helps us like peel, take away things that prevent us from being who we are and who we can be. And it makes things more simple, more direct, more us in a good way. So that's wonderful.
When you are talking that, I'm becoming more excited about workshop at meeting you in Poland, but I'm also coming back what you said at the beginning of this our meeting, our talk, and to the place when we start Zaufaj Ciału, Trust in Your Body, our project. I think it's all about the same, to promote a space for being with ourselves, for being open, for being present. And I'm so happy that we meet in this space, and then we can give it to other people and to ourselves.
It's beautiful.
Okay. I would like to invite once again people for a workshop. Zapraszamy Was na warsztat od 13 do 15 czerwca, od piątku do niedzieli. Judith będzie nam towarzyszyć w poznawaniu SOF. And maybe the last question, Judith, what can participants of the workshop expect?
Yeah, so they can expect 3 days full of excitement and experiencing a new method, new exercises, meeting new people from, I say usually, we don't really meet each other. We meet our masks. When we are behind our masks meet, but we stay alone. And with SOF, it's like instead of going around with our walls of protection, we build bridges of connection. We can meet each other from the most authentic place, and I believe that from the authentic place we are much more. We are more alive, we are more interesting, we are more here, we are more vulnerable, but our power is in our vulnerability. There we can truly meet each other and meet ourselves.
I really love your expression, build a bridge to to another person. Yeah, it's something so powerful metaphor. Okay.
To zapraszamy Państwa wszystkich na to piękne spotkanie, spotkanie pomiędzy Tobą a mną, 13-15 czerwca, piątek od 10 do 17, sobota od 9 do 17, niedziela od 9 do 16. Warsztat będzie tłumaczony na polski. Zapraszamy na to piękne spotkanie.
Będzie w języku angielskim. To też może ważna informacja. Dziękujemy Ci.
Dziękujemy Ci, Judith. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
in Warsaw, in Warszawa.
See you. Yeah.
It will be so nice to meet you in a real time and place, not via Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Looking forward.
Thank you.